Some of the shit we talk about before we go live.
It is absolutely great.
I bet he won't do it, but I'm reading something. We can do this as a headline. It says Dwayne Johnson met with Colin Kaepernick and has invited him to join the XFL.
Bring it up. Let's bring it up. No,
rejected it so many times, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to get into it, man. I don't even want to get into it with the great Colin Kaepernick here, but let's do this intro. Let's get rolling.
If we talk about Colin Kaepernick, there's a very good chance we are going to get canceled.
No. I'll take a knee right now. All right, let's get rolling.
Honestly, all the people on that TikTok that Trevor has are probably woke anyway. So.
Oh no, yeah. Let me tell you right now, the wastewater population is definitely woke. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, let's get rolling here. That's right, folks. The tips, the lips, and the tongue. You heard it right here, folks. The one and only 2K4K podcast. What's going on, Kyle? What's up, Kev? How's it going, guys?
Guess who's back? Back again. 2K4K is back. Tell a friend.
Absolutely.
I was just shout out to the great Eminem, by the way. We share the same birthday in a couple weeks.
Shit! No way.
Yeah, but I was sleeping out cold.
Yeah, no. Shout out to your wife, man. Shout out to the real one, the goat.
Wife comes in, waking me up frantically. Thinks freaking house is on fire or something. But we're here.
No, we're here. We're here. Absolutely, we are here. Yeah, we made it, boys. That's it. We made it. This is the 2K4K podcast, the one and only. Like I said before, and we got a lot going on here. We got sports bets. We got hot stories. A lot to get to you here in the next hour or so. So thank you for tuning in.
I don't mean to cut you off. But
no, you're good.
Favorite month of the year. We're in my favorite month of the year too. Spooky season.
Oh no, absolutely, absolutely.
Season.
So yeah, before we get into it, we're gonna do smash or pass here first, but I still gotta get the TikTok up and rolling here, guys. I apologize. We're live here on YouTube. I'm about to be live here on TikTok. First time TikToking live here with the computer, so we'll walk this moon together. One small step for Kyle, one giant leap for Kyle and Kevin. That's where we're at with it. But
you might as well just change your name to Kyle.
No, listen, we already have enough K's in this show. Okay, there's only 2 K's on the headliner. We don't need. There's too many K's in the kitchen. It's just it's just.
Listen, I'm
nothing wrong.
Trying to be a ghost. I'm trying to be a ghost this Halloween. Stop talking about so many K's, okay?
Yeah.
Kev, I'm gonna share a short story that you told me before. Your parents were actually gonna name you, and then I'll let you fill in the middle name and then kid, and it was gonna be Triple K, right?
Kenneth. Kevin Kenneth.
Yeah,
kid.
I'm glad they realized
Kendrick.
that was a bad move there.
Yeah, that would have been a bad
move. Yeah, no, that that would not turn out well.
No, it wouldn't have.
Not. Oh, but yeah. So we got Smash or Pass here. For those that know, we'll get into it here in a second. Smash or Pass. We're going over money lines. All right. And we're trying to find the needle in the haystack. Usually the money line is the underdog, the unlikely hero, the unsung hero. Like I said, the underdog here. So we're gonna do Smash or Pass, and we'll get it rolling here with some spooky season. Oh, watch that stream. Boom. Okay.
And we are gonna do something a little bit different this week. We're going to focus on some MLB, some NCAA, and a couple NFL games.
Absolutely. Yeah. Of course, we, love talking about NFL. NFL is the most fun to talk about baseball's personally my first love, but the way the game has changed, it's not the same game I grew up watching, and it also is in the same breath. So, yeah,
time out right there. MLB just needs to bring back the juice.
bring it back. Yeah,
Baseball,
or allow it.
baseball was better with steroids.
Totally
Bottom
agree.
line, the end of discussion.
Totally agree. And because of that, all the stats are skewed. Sure, whatever. But since there has been such a drop off, they really didn't put together how much this would actually affect the league. They thought that they could, push it aside, do the legal thing, make sure these guys aren't allowed to be in the Hall of Fame, yada yada yada. And in the end, it just basically denied an entire generation of fans. Like, hey, not only these guys are trash, but your heroes are not. They're not heroes.
Yeah, we don't want to make it fun anymore, but also we don't want a salary cap, or we don't want to have a salary cap.
Yeah, integrity of the game.
We're gonna be good old boys and not have a salary cap because this is baseball. But hey, you're not allowed to do those steroid things that made the game exciting and fun. Okay, you can't have both. I'm sorry. And people might call me ludicrous, ridiculous for saying that, but I agree. Ask yourself, the three of us are in our early 30s. Ask yourself, growing up, whoever's listening to the show, if you're around our age group, maybe a little older, baseball used to be a lot of fun to watch. It really was. And now it's just a drag. Is it fun to go in person? Sure. Is it fun to watch playoffs? Sure. It's not the same. We talked about it in the last episode. It's just really sad. If you put a salary cap in place, and not only that, the NFL in particular has implemented, you have to spend so much of your salary cap. You have to spend so much of your money every year and require it. Imagine if they did that to someone like Boston and Pittsburgh, where not only is there a salary cap, you got to pay people too.
Yeah, no, you
Things
can't
would
just keep it to
change real
yourself.
fast.
Can't just keep it for yourself, Kevin.
That son of a bitch would sell the team immediately.
Yeah, no, he would.
And that's my point.
All right, let's get into the spooky season though.
Gotcha.
We'll talk more about the Nutter Bear soon enough.
The Nutty Buddy. That is actually a real product, by the way. The Nutty Buddy. Actually, our senior year in high school, I had that as a cup, and I actually still have my Nutty Buddy. If I went down in my basement right now and grabbed my bat bag, it's a weirdly shaped. It's kind of shaped like this. It has a little narrow top and then a narrow bottom but a wide spot for your pubis bone, and you could take a foul ball right off the fucking dick, man, and you wouldn't feel a thing. It's phenomenal. It was worth the $40. It was worth the $40. But yeah.
Love that it's called Nutty. Love that it's called Nutty Buddy.
I just love the fact that he gave us a little image of what it actually looks like.
It's a weird looking cup because you're wondering hey, how much different is this than a normal cup? Because a cup, it's more like I don't know.
Like a tear, like a big teardrop.
It is very much like a big teardrop, and this one is it's like a trapezoid. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And you can take a foul ball right off the dick, man. Not feel a thing. I apologize here, guys. Before we get into it, I'm trying to get our TikTok up and running.
Good.
I think it's been sitting for too long, and that's why.
That's all right. Since it's spooky season, to the all our fans out there, pumpkin spice latte is up, baby. Let's get it.
Unless you're my wife and she swears that apple pumpkin, which it's not.
We love Shelby, and I hope you're listening, Shelby. We love you, but you're just dead wrong. Okay.
Wait. So what did she say? I missed it. What is her?
She says apple for fall. Apple is better than pumpkin.
Oh no, I'll ride that train forever. No. I'm the odd man out. I'm the odd Kyle out here. I'm the odd K out here. Big fan of Apple anything because you got Apple Crisp. You're telling me, Kyle, Kevin, you haven't had a chance to taste this yet, but you're telling me what I brought to you a couple weeks ago didn't hit the spot. You take that over pumpkin pie right now?
First off, shout out to Mrs. Wales, Kim. That shit, that apple crisp was freaking amazing.
Right.
I'm not going to take that away.
Amazing.
But when you're talking about fall, you're talking about pumpkin.
Yep.
Listen, if we're talking
And
about if we're going to talk about
apple
fall,
pie is American.
if we're going to talk
apple
about
pie is
fall, we
American.
talk about Kenny Chesney.
July. Yep. Hey, apple pie is Americana. July. Give me some vanilla ice cream with some warm apple pie. Incredible. But you can eat in the fall. You can eat any time, to be quite frank. But the fall and October in particular is owned by the pumpkin spice. I'll be a basic bitch forever. I love that shit. Injected in my veins.
Hey,
Exactly. I'll be the basic white bitch. Pumpkin forever, man.
pumpkin forever. Alrighty, we're live on TikTok and YouTube now. Thank you everybody for your patience.
Before we get into your clip,
Sure.
favorite Halloween movie. Like, it doesn't have to actually be Halloween, but favorite
Oh, that
October Halloween movie.
I got you. I watched it last night. It's on HBO Max, formerly known as HBO Max, now Max. My favorite is Friday the 13th, the whole series. Scooby-Doo too, but if I'm talking about like Halloween, it's Halloween. I'm gonna watch something scary and spooky. Friday the 13th, the original. Well, yeah, the original series. All of it's good, but watch the first one last night.
It's really hard for me, man. I'm a big scary movie person. It's really. I know it sounds lame. It's really hard to pick one. If you're gonna put me on the spot, I'm a big Halloween guy. Growing up, I mean, it's hard to really pick in particular Michael Myers movie. I always liked I don't know why, but I think this is one of the more lower rated ones, but there was I can't remember the name of it, but it was where they had like a web series or something, and they were like following the web series of Michael Myers.
Yes.
Oh, Halloween Resurrection.
Thank you, Kyle. Yes.
And the black dude with dreads was a badass.
Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes.
Dude, that was Ja Rule, wasn't it?
No, it was Busta Rhymes. How dare you? You got your 2000s movies messed up. Ja Rule was in Fast and Furious, and he grabbed a tit and he got excited.
You're right. Who was that?
Busta Rhymes.
Who was that then? That's it. That's
Busta Rhymes, dude. Busta Rhymes is 6'5". He towered over Michael Myers. He's a badass.
What a
you're
right. I just remember him kicking the shit out of Michael Myers. So that was probably my favorite growing up. But I love Michael Myers and I love Halloween series. But there's so many. People are going to think this is lame, but I'm a big fan of the Conjuring series. I think the Conjuring series, especially the first one, did a really good job of being a good, jumpy type of psychological thriller. I mean, who doesn't love the iconic 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Friday the 13th is fantastic. There's so many. I miss the horror movie genre. It's more psychological, like exorcism type of devil possession, like demon possession type of movies now. There really isn't that slasher anymore, and it kind of bums me out. I love slasher movies.
So I agree with that. I'm going to go see the new Exorcist movie this week with my dad, and I think Joe might make an appearance there. But
I heard bad reviews about it. I hope it's good. I heard bad reviews though.
Yeah,
it's hard to make it's hard to do it.
You know how reviews are though. But anyway, my favorite. I love all the Halloween series.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones though is Halloween H2O. I like that one.
Really?
I like that one.
Where they kill what's her face? No, sorry.
Yeah.
Resurrection, they killed Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, but she really doesn't die. Like
Right.
So
right.
But
Spoilers.
when they brought Halloween, like when they did the 2018 one though, where they brought an older Jamie Lee Curtis back, and then Michael Myers escapes after being in the world for like 40 years or whatever, prison. Like the newer Halloweens, the 2018, the 2021, and the 2022 ones were all good. So I recommend watching those.
And I believe those are available on Peacock. So, yeah.
Yep.
They are.
But
I personally think those were mid. They was nostalgic because we love it and we like it. That's my personal opinion. I thought those were mid. Especially with today's special effects and graphics. How do you not smack that out of the park?
Yeah.
Well, the ones honestly though, the ones I did not like were Rob Zombie's one. I thought he missed real big on those ones.
Oh, I thought the first one was good. The second one was It was a little bit
But yeah, I'm a big Michael Myers fan. That's Shelby. She, I think I scare her a little bit. Got a big obsession with Mike. In fact, if I ever seen Mike murdering people, I'd probably go up and ask for his autograph first.
You gotta be like Mike, man. You gotta be like Mike.
Listen, I don't know if you guys like this or not, and obviously Michael wasn't involved in it, but I wish they would have done more psychological thriller crossovers. But I know the movie wasn't great, but dude, Freddy versus Jason was still a cool event for it.
It was funny, dude.
Dude,
To me, it was funny.
I
that
loved.
movie was funny.
I loved Freddy vs. Jason. Loved it. That was so good. That right there is what the world needs all the time. We need those mashups.
I just remember I remember in particular there being one of the characters was getting high as shit in that movie, and Freddy just torments him in his nightmares.
It wasn't scary. It was funny. It was a comedy, but they were making fun of all the scary movies. Literally a scary movie. I really wish they did more scary movies where they made fun of the horror movies, and the very first one that came out with Carmen Electra running.
Those first two are great.
And then they stab her tit and they get the silicone out.
Well, dude, see, I'll tell you the worst thing about any series, and this is just, I would love for them to revisit and bring it back. I brought up my favorite's Friday the 13th, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. Towards the end, it just loses its flavor. The first two scary movies are great, and then the last three are awful. Now, there's some clips that are funny. Yeah, sure. Kevin Hart and Anthony Thompson's in it, and they both talk about waking up dead. Now, how can you wake up dead? Love that. Anthony Anderson, thank you so much. Love that shit. Love it. How can you wake up dead? What do you mean you woke up dead? Don't know. Don't care. But there's a few things that you could pick out, but I would love if they revisit and bring it back. But yeah, the way it ended, I'm like, you got to get the fuck out of here.
I get that. They're making a Saw 10
season,
too,
man.
or Saw 10's coming out.
Saw 10, I heard it's pretty graphic.
Saw was good in its time. I'll say this: obviously, it's a remake, and obviously based on Stephen King's novel. But the It series, the two-parter that came out a couple of years ago, the remake, they did such a good job with that, especially with the actor choices as they age in the second one. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, those were pretty good too.
Yeah, but
all right, I'll let you play your clip.
Let's roll, dude. Yeah, let's get into Smash or Pass here with a little bit of spooky.
A little inconvenient edit. Just hold on while I make a few adjustments. Here I am, Wheezy. Hey, you're gonna like it down here. Won't do any good to run, girly boy. See you in your dreams. Oh, come back anytime. Bring your friends.
This shit right here, man.
This is a little.
I fucking love Tim Curry, man. Tim Curry's the fucking man, dude. Love that shit. Yeah, so spooky season. Here we are, guys. Smash or Pass. Again, Smash or Pass. We're talking about the money lines, the underdogs. We're trying to find the needle in the haystack here. And MLB playoffs. Make it real quick here. We got 4 games going into this weekend. The wild cards have been decided. All right, and now we're getting into the divisional here. Yeah, real quick here, guys. Baltimore Orioles are the number 1 seed in the American League. They're facing the Texas Rangers. And the Texas Rangers, they just got done sweeping the Rays. So they got plus money here.
The Rays were really good this year.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Real disappointment with that whole situation at all, dude. There's not even 20,000 fans. I got the picture right here. 19,704. All right, that's the amount of fans that are in attendance for this game, for one of the games.
The new stadium too.
Yeah, well, dude, it's a terrible situation because the Rays, man. I was talking to my dad about this. If you take the Rays organization, you just ship them up to Pittsburgh and you swap Pittsburgh and send them down to Tampa Bay, they can have those 19,000 fans and they would survive. They'd be fine. But Pittsburgh's foaming at the mouth for a good team. They would freak out for a team like this. And
Yes, they will.
it's a damn shame that just ain't gonna happen. But yeah, plus money, plus 110. Texas going into Baltimore. Who you guys got? Smash or pass?
What was it again? The
Texas Rangers plus 110 going into Baltimore. Of course, we're just going game by game. This ain't for the series.
I'm passing this. I think Baltimore wins game 1.
Okay.
I haven't watched any baseball at all, so I'm going off the rip and what you guys are talking about. I'll take the Rangers. The Rangers, winning that series, coming in hot. I know, obviously, Baltimore's going to be at home. People are going to be pumped. Number 1 seed this year. Baltimore's dying for the Orioles to be a really good team, and they were this year. I think they dropped the first game. The Rangers are hot. That's just, to me, baseball streaky, and you get on these streaks, and especially, Baltimore's coming in hyped up as the number 1 team in that, that league. I think I'll take the Rangers. I think the Rangers still won.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Baltimore's going to win this series, but I'm gonna smash on this as well. Yeah, that baseball is exactly like basketball. If you come in hot, like look how the Heat did last year. Going all the way to the finals is because they rode that heat, that lightning. No, no pun intended on the Heat. But yeah, smash. Moving on here to another game where a hot team from the wild card round, the Minnesota Twins, are going into the Houston Astros. Minnesota's plus 136 facing Houston. Who do you guys got, smash or pass?
Yeah, okay, we can do this first.
Car's breaking up on me. What is it?
Yeah, Kev, you can.
Minnesota Twins plus 136 going into Houston. Smash or pass?
Nah, I didn't watch anything this year, but Houston's cheating somehow. I'm gonna take Houston. I'll pass.
Oh, see, no, I'm a smash this. I hate the fucking Astros. I used to love them because how they built the team. After they cheat, fuck them. Pass or smash. Sorry, smash the Twins.
I'm also gonna smash this, and Kevin brought it up a little bit ago about being a hot team. Twins just ended a 21-year drought. That's their first playoff win since 2002 when they beat the Blue Jays. So I'm definitely smashing this first game.
Fuck yeah. No, I love that shit, Kyle. Hell yeah. This is wild. I'll tell you, and this is the beauty of baseball. This is how fucking stupid they are. They got 4 games in one day. All right? Of course, you got the NFL worried about, don't want to take the NFL ratings or compete with them. But we got 3 games at 5 o'clock. All right? We got that Minnesota game against the Astros at 5. All right? And then we got this game right here, the Phillies and the Braves at 5 o'clock. And then we got the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers at 5 o'clock. Now, of course, they don't say Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time, none of that. So, but anyway, plus 170, Philly going into Atlanta. Yeah, who do you guys got, smash or pass? Hello.
Yep, you're back.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, Kyle, smash or pass, Philly heading into Atlanta, plus 170.
Braves are going to win this series, but I'm going to take Bryce Harper and the Phillies in game 1, and I think it's just going to be because of how hot their bats were hot tonight against the Miami Marlins. I think Phillies definitely take the Braves game 1.
Okay.
Tough one for me. Everything Jones said is convincing to me, but then I think of the in the Atlanta environment when the Braves are in the playoffs. For that alone, I don't think Bryce Harper's enough. I'll take the Atlanta Braves at home. That it's going to be an electric environment in the playoffs for them. It always is.
Yeah, this Brave team's really good, guys. They got a guy, Ronald Acuna Jr. I think we brought it up a couple episodes ago. Dude got 40 home runs and 70 stolen bases. Very hard to accomplish. And they have a couple other guys on that team, but if they're able to isolate him, I see the Phillies. Well, I don't see the Phillies winning this series, but again, going into this weekend, I think Atlanta sweeps them. You know, I think they're going to sweep them. So yeah, I'm going to pass on this. But going
I will
into
say this,
sorry, go ahead.
Atlanta is winning the series, World Series.
You got Atlanta winning it all. Hell yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah. All right, then we'll get a team future here next week or something like that. We'll see how it's looking. But moving into our final divisional game here, and it's going to be weird how it pans out the rest of the week. But Arizona Diamondbacks heading into L.A. Plus 164 to face the Dodgers. Who do you guys got here? Smash or pass?
So, with this game, I just want to bring up some numbers. Arizona Diamondbacks have been pretty much
Kyle, I lost you there.
what it is, but they're taking game one, so I'm smashing against the Dodgers.
Gotcha. Kyle, it's terrible. I didn't hear a damn stat you said.
I was just saying that they've been a dumpster fire for a long time.
Oh, the Diamondbacks?
And,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And for some reason, they just swept the Milwaukee Brewers, who I thought was a hell of a team, in the playoff wild card.
Christian Yelich.
I just think I just feel like they got a lot going for them, and I think they're taking game one against the Dodgers.
I agree with that. You know, underdog, smash it. 164, who cares? Smash it. Interesting weekend, but Kevin, who you got?
I'm gonna pass because I assume the Dodgers are favored and at home. Too big of a juggernaut. I think
good.
Arizona is probably a fraud. It doesn't belong there. So I'm going to take the Dodgers.
Yeah, it was surprising they made it anyways, but they were the final seed and ended up being the bottom wild card team. So, yeah, cool. All right, that is MLB, and as we move on in Smash or Pass, we're going to get into a couple college games, and then we'll wrap up with excuse me. Then we'll wrap up with some NFL games here. But we'll make it quick and easy. I'm going to cool. We got a 7:30 matchup here. We're going to do Notre Dame facing Louisville. I love me a home underdog here. We got Louisville plus 200 hosting the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Who do you guys got? Smash or pass? You can smash or pass on Louisville.
So our buddy Joe Staffolino on X a couple of days ago says, yeah, Notre Dame don't play anybody, but they played the last 3 games against ranked teams. And now, so they played Ohio State. Ohio State beat them with a last-second touchdown. And then they had their hands full against... who'd they have last week? Duke. They had their hands full against Duke. They probably should have beat Duke. I mean, they should have probably beat Notre Dame. And this week, they got Louisville, who just got ranked. So I'm smashing Louisville. Louisville's home. 100% taking Louisville. I still think Notre Dame's overrated.
I do too. I agree with that. Kev, who do you got? Smash or pass?
I'm going to pass and take Notre Dame. I agree with all of that. I think Notre Dame is mid this year. I think they're overrated outside Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman, right? I know it's Hartman. It's Sam, right?
Yeah, Zach's cousin, Sam.
I bet he loves to dip his fries in ranch. Anyway, inside joke.
He does. He does.
Inside joke for the friends here, but no, I think Sam Hartman's a good quarterback, but I think Notre Dame are frauds like they usually are every year. But we're talking about a Louisville team that doesn't scare anybody. I don't know how their quarterback play is this, but I know Malik Cunningham was their good quarterback last year. Went to, played in New England in the preseason, got cut. I'm assuming Louisville didn't replace him with anyone that competent, so I will pass. I'll take Notre Dame.
Yeah, it is because I hate Notre Dame. I'm going to smash this. I really think that Papa John, being a huge contributor to the funding of Louisville, I think he'll just come in and toss out some pizzas, and Shaq's going to show up, and those two are going to beat the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in Louisville. So yeah, I'm gonna smash Louisville because hey, Notre Dame don't got a conference. What you might as well be New Mexico State or I don't know any other team that doesn't have a conference. Usually teams have conferences, but before I find another game here, you guys got anything you want to throw your hat? Actually, you know what?
Yeah, I actually do.
What do you got?
Alabama, Texas A&M.
All right, okay, home underdog. Let's go. Last year we know that Texas A&M upset Alabama. It's hard to get Nick Saban two times.
No. They lost to Alabama in the last seconds.
I thought they kicked the field goal. No, I'm thinking 10. Yeah, okay, sorry. 2 years ago. 2 years ago they beat them. Okay, I apologize. Yep. So,
it's always a tough game. For Nick Saban, usually handles his business against former coaches of his.
Right, no, absolutely.
Jimbo Fisher he always has his guys ready to play Nick Saban tough. They're plus 100 underdogs, Texas A&M. They're at home. Alabama's not the juggernaut that they used to be. They got questions at quarterback. They got questions at offense coordinator. I'm definitely smashing plus 100 on Texas A&M.
Hell yeah. Kev, what do you feel?
Ooh, I know this is not the Alabama juggernaut of old, but I'm still passing on A&M, and I'll go with Bama on this one. I think Bama's readying the ship. I think this is one of the weaker A&M teams that Jimbo has had personally. Jimbo always has them playing well, but they're one of these teams where, tell me if I'm wrong, guys, and that's fine, correct me live here. They always seem like one of those teams where, they're ranked, they're doing well, and then they either get upset and drop games, or right between the middle of the season, they just fall off the rails. This is where they fall off. I think Alabama's trending in the right direction. A&M, this is typically when they fall apart. Start to anyway. So I'll take Alabama in this one.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I'm a pass on this simply because of that reason. And Jimbo Fisher, he said this in the news or in the media. He doesn't pay for his players, but Alabama does. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what a load of shit that is. Pay more money, get better players, Jimbo. I'm passing on this, Alabama. But heading into game number 3 of our highlights here, we got an undefeated game going into two teams that aren't going to be part of the same conference anymore. We got 2 teams part of the Big 12, and they're going to be moving the SEC. We got Texas going into Oklahoma, and again, another underdog here, home underdog. Oklahoma plus 210, hosting the Texas Longhorns. Who do you guys got? Are you a Boomer Sooner or are you a Longhorn, Kyle?
Now, doesn't this feel like a game where Texas is rolling and then they drop a game that they shouldn't? Like, this feels like it's that time.
It is.
So they do it every year, and until they stop doing it, I'm not going to believe the Texas hype. So I'm going to smash this. I think Oklahoma's going to come in. It's the Red River rivalry.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma comes in, and I think they handle their business and beat Texas by a field goal. So I'm smashing this.
Say that 3 times fast. Red River rivalry. Red River rivalry. Red River rivalry. I can't even say it fast, and if I wanted to sound stupid, just keep listening. You'll hear it here a little bit later in the show, but because I'm bound to fuck up. But I like the way that sounds, Kyle. Kevin, how about you? Are you a Sooner or are you a Longhorn?
Well, as always, being a WVU alumni and fan, horns down.
Horns down, baby.
Usually the Texas fans listening to this are all real sensitive about it. Why, I don't know. You got great uniforms. You got all the money in the world. Great atmosphere. Don't know why you cry about horns down. Who cares?
It's a load of bullhickey, okay? Because they're supposed to be tough in Texas because they all wear cow skin. Okay, they're supposed to be tough.
It's just stop saying you have great high school football.
All right.
You got a great pipeline of players there. Fun to play at Texas. I know they haven't been good for a while since Mac Brown. Well, I shouldn't say that. They just haven't been consistent. But I'll tell you what, I actually disagree. I think this is one of the better Texas teams I've seen in a while. They just feel different. to me, now they got Arch Manning as the backup in be their future, or Quinn Ayers is playing really, really well.
And you
I like it. Yeah, sorry, I knew it was something similar. They're playing really well. They played really well against Alabama, sent a message on national television. You never know of rivalry games. I'll agree with Jones. I think this will be closer than expected, but I think Texas pulls it out.
Wow. In Oklahoma. In Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Oklahoma
Oklahoma is just not as good this year. I mean, they just don't have the normal.
Normal what?
That Riley effect. Lincoln Riley left, and they haven't been as explosive and dangerous ever since. They don't scare anybody. They're still a good team, but they just don't scare people.
Right.
Yeah, this game, just for the record, this game is not in Oklahoma. It's always a neutral site game.
Okay.
Yeah, so just everybody knows that it's a neutral site game.
I appreciate you saying that. They have him at of course there is a home and away team, but yeah, I wish they would say neutral site because that definitely changes everything. That changes everything.
Yeah, it does. Quite frankly, I don't mind neutral site games to a point. I think Georgia does something similar. But quite frankly, I'm cool with neutral site games, like first games of the year and bowl games and different things like that. But when it comes to a rivalry game, I want to see Oklahoma in Austin, and I want to see Longhorns in Norman. I want to see them in that environment. That's the whole point of a rivalry.
I mean they play in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. That's where they play.
Okay.
And it's just
they're gonna have room for it.
I get it, but it's just like I would rather see them in the college home atmosphere. That's the whole point. Like coming to WVU Pitt, that we haven't played Pitt in over 10 years. I was there at the game a couple weeks ago, and the crowd was electric. It was electric in Pittsburgh at now Arkansas Stadium. It used to be called Heinz Field. I was there for the first game. We haven't played them in over 10 years, and it was electric. Like rivalry games are electric and fun because of the fans. Play them at their home stadiums.
No, you're right, but Oklahoma got destroyed last year, 49-0. I don't think that's happening this year.
Dang, yeah, they left that taste in their mouth for sure. Rolling into our last two
are you
picks
smashing
here.
or passing?
Oh, me? Oh, I'm going to. I'm smashing the Sooners because if I'm picking, do I like Vince Young? Yeah, but it's been almost 20 years since I've been a fan of Vince Young. I like Baker. I know you're not a fan of Baker, Kyle. I love me some Samaje Perine and some Joe Mixon and some CeeDee Lamb and Mark Andrews, and the great Landry Jones. So I'm going for Oklahoma here. I really don't think that Oklahoma's going to pull it out. I'm with Kevin here. I think Texas wins. They're a better team. They should win. However, I don't like Texas. Horns down, baby. Horns down.
Well,
easy pick
the
for
next
me.
big one. The next big one that's going to raise some eyebrows, Kentucky, Georgia.
That's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be... Well, and it's because teams have been competing with Georgia every single week, and Kentucky's good.
Yep.
Kentucky's good. This is actually... Oh, Kyle, this is a good money line. This is good, Kyle. I love it. So, for those that don't know, we got Kentucky going into Georgia, right? They're going to be in Athens?
Yep.
Okay.
They will be in Athens.
Plus 440. Kentucky going into Georgia. Smash or pass, Kyle?
So, Kentucky is undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, undefeated. Georgia hasn't looked as dominant as they have the last 2 years. Not saying Georgia isn't a juggernaut still. However, this money line right here, plus 440, it's hard to pass on that, but I'm going to pass. Just because Georgia is Georgia. And as Ric Flair said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And so far, nobody has beat the man. So I'm going to pass on this one. Georgia all the way.
Definitely pass. Good for UK. Doing well this year. They did well last year to a certain point. Obviously, Will Levis. Don't have him anymore, but they're undefeated. I can't remember who they played last week, but I remember their running back went off. He had like 200 yards, multiple touchdowns. He played really well. Here's the thing, though. We're talking about the Bulldogs, the new kid on the block, the new dynasty that is taking over for Alabama, just wiping the floor with people. It's in Athens. You don't stand a chance, UK. Enjoy the ride while you're enjoying the spotlight, but Brock Bowers and the crew are going to put it to you.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think.
I think it's going to be a lot closer, too. And before I give my pick, I'd love to see this Georgia Bulldog schedule here. Because you brought up the fact that this is the new SEC dynasty, Kev, and I totally agree with that. Kirby Smart has a really good set of team, really good team, top to bottom, front to back, side to side. They're good all together. But they're last game against Auburn played a perfect game until they didn't. But their problem, Georgia was shooting themselves in the foot. And in all reality, that team's young, and Stetson Bennett is still somehow 3 years older than us. All right? It's a big difference going from a 35-year-old quarterback to an 18-year-old quarterback or a 19-year-old quarterback. I know Stetson's not that old, but when you're in college for 7 years, I use the dog rule, all right? Dogs that are 3 are somehow 11, and if you've been in college for 7 years, you're 35 years old. So, love me some Stetson.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that really fast?
Yeah,
for a second? This man got kicked off, and he was undrafted. He was undrafted, or was he picked in the 7th round, something like that, right?
No, he wasn't undrafted. He was picked in like the 4th round.
Yeah, he's a picked man. He got drafted.
Okay, so man got picked, was doing really well in preseason. People were hyping him up. He got hurt. Then all of a sudden, he randomly got removed from the team, and I'm reading reports.
He didn't get removed. He took he's on the NFI list for personal reasons.
Yeah, so was Chandler Jones. Homie got removed from
Chandler got cut. Got cut.
Yeah.
Wow.
My cousin got cut, and I reached out to him, and unfortunately, he ain't right back.
Yeah, Jones.
I don't think he's writing back to anybody now.
Jones Clan's down.
No,
a man.
He's still tweeting.
Jones Clan is down a man,
shit.
but straight up, Stetson Bennett, they're saying he has the drinking issue from college. Homie, you were in college for 7 years. How long do you have to, whatever, how long do you have to party and have a drinking issue? You're in the NFL, dude. Get over it. And also, you act like people, think about this. People in the NFL are drinking, probably getting high at times, avoiding the test and not getting caught. NFL players like to party and have a good time like anybody else, probably more so with the money and the culture environment. How in the hell is an NFL team saying you have an alcohol problem? Homies have alcohol issues probably all over the league, and they're playing and no one hears about it. This man is so bad he's getting kicked off the team because he's an alcoholic. That's another level, man.
Yeah.
No one said he got kicked off the team, Kev.
Okay.
Sean McVay said he took he's out because of personal reasons. Let's just say that instead of criticizing the guy when we really don't know.
What are the personal reasons? The report I'm reading is he has an alcohol problem.
If anyone knows how to party,
allegedly.
If anyone knows how to party, it's Sean McVay. All right, let's be real. That dude fucks.
Sean McVay. Yeah, dude. Did you see his wife? Damn.
No, but I bet she gotta be fine. I mean, you don't even gotta show me the pic. I kind of have an idea. I bet it looks. I bet him and Matthew Stafford have some swinger parties that are just out of sight. But if we're looking at making this final pick here for the Bulldogs here, I really see the only competition, and this is all reality. The only competition, we got Kentucky, we got. Florida, they're not ranked anymore. Missouri's ranked, but you got Ole Miss, Tennessee, Georgia Tech. That's the end of this stretch of games for the Georgia Bulldogs. How things are working, they won 27-20 against Auburn. All right, I really think that Kentucky gives them their first loss of the year, but then I think they just clean house. Alabama, they always find a way. Sometimes they have a perfect season, but then they have this one loss that ends up making them a better team. Boom. I see Georgia taking this L, take the plus 440 money, and they'll see themselves in the playoffs this year, and who knows how it'll end up by then. But yeah, I see them losing this week to Kentucky.
The other one we should touch base on, and it's big money, is Maryland, Ohio State.
Sure, dude. Yeah, this will be the last college game of our series here. And that
Maryland is undefeated.
Really? Oh, okay.
Maryland.
Ooh.
Yep, Maryland is undefeated. I will be in attendance at this game.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
At Worthless Nut Stadium?
Easy.
The Nutless Stadium?
I will be at the Ohio State Stadium.
All right.
But plus 800 Maryland underdog. Now, if there's anything I know about Ohio State, we like to make things a lot more complicated than what it is.
Especially how
under
it's
Ryan
been.
Day. I don't understand Ryan Day's offense philosophy sometimes. Sometimes I think he calls up Matt Canada in the week and say, hey, what do you think about this play? And Matt Canada's like, oh, that's great. That's what I would run. And then Ryan Day runs it.
He goes, if it ain't a jet sweep, don't talk to me. That's what he says.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Says, man.
But anyway, plus 800 for Maryland. Maryland played us really tough last year at Maryland.
Oh,
Maryland seems to always... Yeah, Maryland always seems to play Ohio State tough. However, being a worthless nut fan, I am definitely taking the Bucks here. So I'm paying this, but it is good money if you want to try to win with an underdog plus 800.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one for me, man. In all honesty, you got Tua's brother. Tua's brother's looking great, and you telling me that they're undefeated changes everything for me because Ohio State's played in a lot of tough games, and they've been give or take a player on the other side of the team or the other field, the other side of the line that definitely determined the outcome of the game. I.e., last week, only 10 guys on the field when you need 11. Notre Dame, come on.
Back too, they took a timeout and still only had 10.
Yeah, like hey, we got enough. Then what's his face counts as 2 because the nose tackle's huge. But they ran it right to the area they weren't.
Well, I wonder if they were counting on touchdown Jesus to make that tackle for him. Notre Dame.
They were. They absolutely were. The white red-haired Jesus from Afghanistan is definitely the guy that they thought was going to make that tackle. But to answer that question, this is how I look at it. Last year, the Minnesota Vikings were undefeated going into one-score games. Obviously, not different leagues, different teams. Do you see Ohio State doing that same thing, Kyle? If this comes down to a possession, do you really see Ryan Day actually following through and getting another close win? 3 or 4 weeks into the beginning of the season? Now, I don't. They're going into Ohio State. It could be a blowout early. That's the thing. When you're going into Columbus, it totally changes the atmosphere. That's why I'm really wishy-washy about the Oklahoma-Texas game being at a neutral field. But hey, it's plus 800. I don't think you have nothing to lose there. I'm gonna say smash, but they could easily lose this game as well because they're going into Columbus.
The thing about Ohio State is Ryan Day pisses me off with his play calling so much because we have the explosiveness on the offensive side. You can see us score in a minute, and then the next series we freaking go 3 and out. It just doesn't make sense. We're not as consistent with Kyle McCord that we were with CJ Stroud, and he did the same stuff with CJ. I don't understand. The Georgia game was the prime example of that. We had game 1, just keep being aggressive. Don't back it down. But here or there, I think we'll be okay in this game. I'm definitely passing, like I said. But Ryan Day just pisses me off. If we lose again against that team up north this year, that'd be 3 in a row. I swear. I hope they pull an Alabama and leave Ryan Day's ass on the tarmac.
Kevin, smash or pass?
My brain says absolutely pass, but there's just something about Tua's brother and Maryland putting up points and Ohio State being mid this year. I don't know what it is, but I'm a smash. I've been conservative of all my picks, I think Ohio State goes down. I'll take Maryland with their high-powered offense pulling some crazy upset. It's not going to happen, but for 800, fuck it.
Yeah, I like the money for it. You know, it's hard to turn that down. Plus 800 is sexy at the very least. It's very least a 7 out of 10. You know, and that you call that one back. So yeah, plus 800, smash. But that is to wrap up our NCAA segment, and then we're gonna dive into some hot NFL bets. All right, so let's get a little fanfare.
Let's talk about the first one. The Jags and Bills.
Oh, dude, yeah. One moment here.
But now the forbidden fruit must be tasted.
Bingo. So, wrapping it up here. Yeah, you know, we talked last week about the Jaguars might be having some trouble going into London, and damn, dude, what a debacle of the game. You know, you weigh the quarterbacks that are young: Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder. You know, we brought up. Oh, geez. I forgot. It don't matter. We're talking about the Jaguars and the Bills. We got Buffalo Bills upsetting the Dolphins last week, even though they're, you know, going they're home. They're favorited at home, but Jaguars plus 195. Smash or pass, Kyle. I'm an idiot.
This game is also in London.
What?
Jaguars.
Shut up.
This game
Shut up.
Back-to-back London
It's
games.
9:30. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Yep. Back-to-back
God.
London games for the Jags. The Jags didn't have to travel. Buffalo have to travel all the way over all across the pond. That's why I'm picking us, and I'm smashing this. I'm picking the Jags over the Bills.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Shit. That's so dumb. Why? Go ahead, Kev. God damn it.
So the Jags stay? Did I miss that? Did they stay in London?
They stayed in London. Yep.
They got to, right?
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that'd be dumb to go home. Here's the thing. Y'all teased and said, I don't know what you're talking about, Kev, with your AFC pick, but it's a little early, guys, but looks like Buffalo's starting to hit their stride already.
And what happens when they hit their stride? They always lose first round of the playoff.
I'm telling you, I think this year's different. But
You're gonna pick
here's
them
the
to lose
thing.
this one.
I think Jaguars will have a slight advantage by staying in London. But here's the thing. I like the Jaguars on paper. I like them coming in, the young up-and-coming team. You know, we all said Duval in our season predictions, talking about divisions, have them winning their division. I still do. Here's my thing. They're really struggling on offense and as a team in general right now. I don't know why. A little frustrated with Calvin Ridley. I don't know if it's his fault, but just not getting the looks and had the most drops in the league coming into week 4 before week 4. I don't know what's up with him and what's up with this offense in general, but Buffalo is trending up. Jacksonville's trending down, even if they have a slight advantage being in London. I'll take the Bills by 10. So if I'm looking at this, I assume the Jaguars are favorited, so I'll pass. Or sorry, the Jaguars are the underdog, so I'll pass on, and I'll take the Bills.
Oh, damn. Well, see, I am taking the Jaguars. I'm smashing this, man, all day. They're already in London. I'm a huge fan of Dougie Fresh Peterson. I love me some T-Law, and I'm not talking about J-Law, the great, voluptuous J-Law. T-Law, Trevor Lawrence. He's going to win the game for him. I think it's going to boil down to too much Josh Allen. They've gotten hot. I think they got Miami's number in Buffalo, but you send them down to Miami, it's a different story. But yeah, because of that, to be too much Josh Allen, and I think just enough Josh Allen from the other side of the Jaguars. So yeah. Smashing this. Plus 195. Easy money. 9:30 in the morning. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing, NFL?
Minnesota against the Chiefs.
Oh. Home underdog.
Home underdog. Plus 170. Minnesota's underdog. Plus 170. Minnesota's defense is garbage. Just gonna lay it out there.
Absolute garbage.
They're 1-3 now. Picked up a win last week. Struggled against Carolina. However, the Chiefs made Zach Wilson look like Aaron Rodgers on Sunday Night Football. With that being said, you're going to hear a lot of "You like that?" by Kirk Cousins this week. I'm smashing this. I am taking the Minnesota Vikings.
Damn.
I'm going to pass, homies, just like there's going to be a lot of passing in this game. I expect it to be an absolute gunslinger shootout between the teams. Jay Jetta's probably going to go for 200. Patty's probably going to throw for 350 himself. Kelsey will probably have a big-ass game, and we'll probably talk about it in headlines later. But
wait. Is Taylor Swift going to be there? That's all.
Yes.
That's what I'm getting to. She'll probably be in the box all yelling and all crazy. They'll probably show her more than the actual game. But
they should.
I'm a pass. I think the Chiefs are. I don't know about trending in the right direction. I think they're for their standards. I think they've been mid all season, but I feel like you said, Jones, their defense is just. Minnesota's defense is just too awful. I think the Chiefs' offense finally gets it together this week, and it's tough playing the Chiefs. And you got to really be on your game to beat them. And I get that Minnesota Vikings are at home, but I just don't think their defense is very good. I think the Chiefs put up a lot of points, and I don't think. And honestly, even though.
Kev, you cut out completely. Cheese and rice. Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless us, everyone. Where is everybody? Hello.
The Jets and.
There he is. He's back.
Thank you. I was like, I can't hear a soul. I can't hear nothing.
Catch you up. I said pass, and I took the Chiefs.
I'm passing too. Honest to God, Lizzo and T Swift are gonna fight at the 50-yard line. All right, and we're gonna see how it ends. I got my money on Lizzo. However, they're not playing in this game. I think what Kevin said. I think the Chiefs get it right. The Minnesota Vikings defense is Swiss cheese. They're either going to run the ball really well or they're going to throw the ball really well in Kansas City. So, heading into Minnesota, I really am going to pass on, just like Pat Mahomes is going to pass on the Vikings, I'm going to pass on the Vikings as well.
It's pretty funny that Brittany Mahomes isn't the most talked about female in the box anymore.
Well, because think about it, man. Now, all Taylor got to do is just continue to be her. But no weird faces.
Pictures, though? It looked like Brittany's a little upset. That's all I'm saying.
As she should. She should be upset.
Houston at the Falcons. I don't understand this spread at all.
Let's see it here.
Houston's plus 105 underdog against the Falcons.
Oh, take it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump the gun here. Yes.
100%. You're smashing this.
Yes.
CJ Stroud, are you kidding me? 300-yard game in every game he's played this year. CJ Stroud, no interceptions. Sorry, CJ, I probably just jinxed you this week. But CJ Stroud looks like, as advertised, again, my point about Ryan Day, he didn't know how to use him. But CJ Stroud, this Texans team looks good. They look really good with D'Amico Ryans. I'm 100% smashing this. I love this spread because this is going to be an easy win. Texans over the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to smash Houston as well. I think what they did to Pittsburgh kind of was their coming out party. They're a young team coming together, playing really hard, playing tough for D'Amico. Stroud looks like the real deal, as Jones touched on. Really like what rookie Tank Dell's doing. Nico Collins, underrated, playing really well. He's starting to emerge for them. Like to see Dameon Pierce get back on track and be a more consistent running back because we know he's a good back. But it's incredible. No one's talking about this. Well, people are if you pay attention to Houston's team. But their offensive line is absolutely decimated. right now with an amazing amount of injuries, yet Stroud is still putting up big numbers, and their defense is playing really sound and solid. And with Atlanta, we know what they're going to do. Old Arthur Smith's going to run the ball 60 times and pass 10 and 3 yards in a cloud of dust and hope for the best. That's usually the Atlanta strategy. 3 targets between Drake London and Kyle Pitts on a day. It'll be a game, limited possessions, but I think Stroud makes them count when he does get the ball. I'll take Houston in a close smash.
See, man, that's the problem with Atlanta. They have no trust in their quarterback, and because of that, they can't get the ball to Drake London, and they can't get the ball to Kyle Pitts. Easily could be able to share the load with Bijan and Tyler Algier, for God's sake. So, frustrates me.
Well, I'll say it, bro. I know we're joking, and maybe they would change their offense, but I swear, even if Pat Mahomes was on that offense, he'd probably get like 15 total passes every game. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah.
They don't want to pass the ball.
Yeah, it's a joke.
You know who needs to be their quarterback? Justin Fields.
They talked about it. I'd like that. That'd be a good situation for everybody. But I agree with Kevin. I think they'd still find a way to run the ball 40 times.
Just run the ball. Good. I love the put Justin Fields. That's his superpower. That's what he's good at, is being an athletic quarterback that runs the ball and passes sometimes. Like, please put him in Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right, our last one, boys. Dallas Cowboys, Niners, Sunday Night Football. Dallas on the road, underdogs plus 154.
Personally, I like this. I like this matchup here. Hold on here. Give it to me one more time. For some reason, you said
Plus
Dallas.
154, Dallas.
Damn, I scrolled too far. I'm so sorry. Messed me up. Yeah. So
Dallas underdogs going into Santa Clara against the Niners, plus 154. I like this number, but I don't love it enough because 49ers are ridiculous. Taking the 49ers, so I'm passing on this.
I'll also have to pass. I think it'll be a good game. Anytime these two teams match up, it's fun to watch. Usually it's somewhat close. The problem is, for some reason, it feels like when Dallas had to play the Steelers in the 70s, no matter how good of a game it is and no matter how close, it always seemed like Pittsburgh came out on top, and it always seems like the 49ers now come out on top. I got the Niners. I'll pass, even though, you can take – some may say it's a coin flip. You can maybe take Dallas and their great defense and the money. But Shanahan always finds the hole. That offense is clicking right now. Brandon Ayuk is getting healthy. Looks like their number one receiver. Debo's a little banged up, but, they always play better, in my opinion. This is just me, guys. But I think Debo is the number 2, giving him more touches and giving him yak opportunities. I see the image that popped up. When they treat Ayuk as the 1, Debo is the yak machine, giving him touches in various ways, giving plenty of touches to McCaffrey and working Kittle in as well. Purdy looks like a maestro, conducting the orchestra this season, not making mistakes, getting, averaging like almost 2 touchdowns, every game he's played. I'll take the Niners. I just think they make less mistakes and get it done. I think this is the first real defense that Niners have faced, but I think the Niners show how much of a class above they are than everyone else when they put up points on Dallas. I got this game. I'm going to pass. I'll take 49ers. I'll say it's 24-20 Niners.
Oh, so you're gonna take the under. You said 24-20. Yeah, so you're gonna take the where is
yes,
it? Take the under.
Defenses are too good.
No, I agree with that.
The Dallas offense, Dak is playing like garbage. I don't care what any Cowboys fan tells you. Considering all the weapons they have, Tony Pollard hasn't even hit his stride, and I don't think that's Tony Pollard's fault. It's more of the offensive line, injuries and woes. But Dak is playing awful for his standards. Niners are not. I think Dak gets smashed by the Niners D. I think, if anything, Purdy gets slowed down by the Cowboys. So I think the defenses keep this close, but there'll still be some points. The talent's too good on both sides. So I'll say 24-20 Niners.
See, I think it's going to be a little further apart than that. I think that the Niners take advantage of the Cowboys completely, and they highlight Dak's flaws. They're going to bring pressure. I think that's the best defensive line in football. Nothing against Philly. They're a 1B, if anything. But I think the Niners are going to win 24-10, and they just can't. They they just can't move the ball on the Niners. Yeah, screw the Cowboys, man. Screw Mike McCarthy. Not a fan of either of them. I love Dan Quinn though. Dan Quinn's going to do his best, but his team's going to be on the team. His side of the ball is going to be on the field for too long. And yeah, we got Ayuk as the number one. You got Debo at the Joker position. Then you also got Chris McCaffrey and Kittle. What can you do? Except watch the beauty. And plus, again, we are in Brocktober. All right, we're here. Brock Purdy, undefeated in October. And he stays undefeated this weekend. So, easy one. But with that being said, we are rolling into... now we're rolling into our storylines here, guys. We got some headlines. Real quick, we'll do a real quick clip and get into the headlines here.
We are...
Headlines. All right, we're talking about obviously main stories in all sports.
Well, check your phone.
Gotcha. I will look at my phone. Oh, we are? Are we? We're frozen on YouTube, huh?
Yep.
That's fantastic. That's exactly what we need right now. Oh, I can't be doing that. 1 moment here.
Damn, that's a good time for your Pornhub account to pop up.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you right now,
For
though.
everybody.
For those that know me, I don't watch porn on my computers. It's not 2003 anymore. I was telling Courtney back in the day before we had DSL, we had good old dial-up internet, and oh man, just the days of waiting, just waiting for files to upload. You know, like I was able to download pictures and they were great, but it's a couple times I'll get froggy and try to download a few videos, and I realize that it took a little longer for those to load, but you get 10 seconds into a video. That's all you need, brother. That's all you
Wales,
need.
do you remember as kids trying to watch and stream a South Park episode, and we get like a 30-second clip, and we'd be excited, and it's like, oh, buffering again.
That's literally it. That's literally it. All SP, man. I'll never forget it. But yeah, why are we...
Yeah, I also just checked our YouTube, and I just turned it up, and it's still all the way back when we were doing the Bills and Jaguars game.
Oh, but it is running?
It's running, but we're frozen.
Really? Hold on. God damn it. 10 seconds.
We will pause 10 seconds for station identification. And you are listening to 2K 4K.
The one and only. Yeah, hey, if as long as it's running, sorry, we're doing our best here. I think it's probably because I'm doing TikTok and YouTube, but,
If you guys are irritated about this, all of our viewers, you can support us by liking and watching our streams over and over, especially on Spotify, so we can buy better equipment so this shit don't happen.
Yeah.
Or you can just send us a big old fat check. That would work too.
Yeah, and also go on to Patreon. Right now we got, we're actually asking for a $1 monthly subscription. And once we get enough money to do some things, we'll get you some stickers and shirts and stuff like that. But, push comes to shove. Yeah. We got to do that first. But real quick, don't mean to put a damper on this show, but headlines, a sad thing that happened this week. The great Tim Wakefield passed away due to some complications. Guy was only shit, man. 58 years old. 57, sorry. 57 years old, man. People that don't know, he was a knuckleball machine. Won a World Series with the Red Sox. Phenomenal talent, but it's sad to see a young guy go. Shit, that's our parents' age for some of us, and yeah, growing up watching them, and you think that we live forever, and life's different for all of us. It's not a guarantee. But great
R.I.P.
player.
Tim.
Yeah, great
70
player,
mile
great
per
person.
hour, 70 mile per hour knuckleball, man. Just imagine just pitch, even if he was like 50, 60 miles per hour at the time in high school or college. I don't know if you went to college.
Oh no, he
me.
He could throw it into well. There's a point in time where the evolution of his arm definitely I wouldn't want to say weakened, but he didn't throw it as fast, But he threw it in there's a qualification that if you're right-handed, you got to throw over 90. And if you're left-handed, you got to throw you could throw 87 if you're left-handed. That's how it was. Now everybody throws in 95s, 90s, but yeah. So Tim Wakefield being right-handed, he threw in the 90s, and then once he got that knuckleball made into the league, man, it didn't matter. Yeah, R.I.P. to the great one.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Imagine going up. I remember going to the Slugger Museum, and they had just a simulation of showing like 100-mile-per-hour fastball. And I lined myself up, acting like I was trying to hit it behind the plate. And I had the bat, and as soon as the ball comes out, you basically have to swing. That's how fast the pitch is coming at you. I could imagine, and that's 100 miles an hour, but even if it's 70, imagine a 70-mile-per-hour ball. It isn't coming straight at you. It's moving the whole time.
Oh, yeah, it just drops off the table, man. The hardest part is that it's coming at you dead. The ball has no movement whatsoever in terms of its spin rate, but, like, when you see it, you're kind of, like, shocked it's coming at you. Like a curveball, you can find the spin. Slider, you can find the spin. Fastball, explanatory. But when that knuckleball comes in, you're, like, shocked. It's, like, not moving. It's like an illusion. Or you're like, oh, shit, like, what's going to happen?
Would you say that's the hardest pitch to hit?
Without a doubt. Well, that and a changeup. The two hardest pitches to hit in baseball are the knuckleball and the changeup. If you have a good changeup,
I agree.
You're a Hall of Famer. But speaking of Hall of Famer,
Miggy.
future Hall of Famer,
Miggy. First
yeah,
ballot.
calls it.
First ballot.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Well, again, calls it a career earlier this week. Without a doubt, a Hall of Famer because of his numbers. Baseball is all about numbers, and that's the thing that's frustrating me about what we talked about earlier with the steroids and that whole entire era. All it was numbers. Dude got 3,000 hits, 500 home runs, and dude, guy won the Triple Crown. All right, I can't tell you the last time someone won the Triple Crown, but the guy's an absolute stud. Sadly enough, the last player to ever face an Expo pitcher. The Montreal Expos was a team that used to exist back in the day. Loved the colors. Irrelevant to Miguel Cabrera's career. Got a World Series ring in in Florida, in Miami. But dude was a stud. Absolute stud. Got to watch a few games where they faced the Pirates, and dude's a badass.
Yep.
Who knows when we'll see another 3,000 hit guy? Who knows? But love me some Miggy.
Career, though. Hell of a career.
Yeah.
About J.C. Jackson going to New England.
Yeah, let's get into some NFL news here as we get into some of the juicier stories. But I love that. I'll tell you, really weird that it happened in mid-season, or not mid-season, in the heat of it. And the Chargers finally got their they're starting to get on a nice little win streak here. But one of their top dogs, they traded they signed J.C. Jackson, I think, in the offseason a couple years ago, and I know he dealt with some injuries, but last year. Sorry, wow, brain fog there. But ever since the pandemic, a year can be 2 years or 3 years for me, even though it was last year.
Well,
but Kyle. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to me.
to the Patriots and still eating all that cap money that they paid him. That basically tells you suck. We don't want you here, in my opinion. But he doesn't suck.
Yeah, Kyle, I love you. I missed all that. I hope it got picked up, but I didn't hear a damn thing. I heard the end of it where it basically means you suck and we don't want you. That's what I heard at the end.
Basically, what I was saying is Los Angeles is still on the hook for his contract, that contract they paid him last year, and they traded him away to New England for a late round draft pick, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're basically saying that he sucks. And they traded him away.
God damn it! Keep talking, Kyle.
But yeah, that's where we're at with J.C. Jackson. Going back to New England.
Yeah,
they needed to make this move too because Christian Gonzalez, he's out for the year with a torn labrum.
Oh, absolutely, good move for the Patriots. I know he's been not great, but I'm literally reading they swapped 2025 6th and 7th rounders, not even next year, and they basically have his entire contract. It's fully guaranteed. That's embarrassing, Chargers. I'm sorry. That not only are you eating all the money this year and you're only getting a pick swap, like that's just bad.
No, it definitely don't look good, man. And hey, what's a better situation right now? Los Angeles Chargers or the New England Patriots? What's a better situation right now? Because both teams are looking bad. Yeah, Patriots don't gotta win, but
They got one. They got one.
They do?
Yeah, they beat the Jets 2 weeks ago.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Okay, then, we got 2 1-win teams, right? Is that what we're dealing with?
No, Chargers got 2 wins. They beat the Raiders and Vikings.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The thing about it is, what's the better team? What's the better situation? If you look at talent, you look at the quarterback, you're going to say Chargers. Chargers have a really good defense. They got bookend defensive ends. Khalil Mack, 6 sacks last game. They got Joey Bosa when healthy. They got Kenneth Murray in the middle. So they got Adderley in the back end, and they also got Asante Samuel Jr. on as a corner as well. So I mean, if you look at the defense on that side, they're pretty good. Judon with New England, he might be out for a while because he tore his bicep. He's out indefinitely. Christian Gonzalez tore his labrum. He's out for the year.
Damn.
Yeah, so, I mean, you look at that. Now, for the player, what system fits him the best, I'm going to lean towards the Patriots because he knows that system. He played really good. That's how he got that fat contract. But if you look at the overall talent and the overall teams, you're looking at the Chargers. They got a better overall team and stuff like that. But if we just look at head coaches, I would play for Bill Belichick any day of the week over Brandon Staley.
That's a no-brainer. I agree with that, too. Yeah, I agree with that, too. Just not the same team. Not the same Pats team that we know.
No. I think we should hit on one more big news item.
Oh, real quick before we go into that hot one. Randy Gregory, how about that getting cut? Huh? You want to talk about what'd you say? He said he's a Raider.
Future Raider.
Future Raider. I love it. Yeah, but $70 million of dead money. It's a wild thing.
Yeah, that's huge. And the only reason I say future Raider is because we need somebody else there to help Max out a little bit. Poor Max is out there trying to do it all by himself, and man, he needs another. Like Tyree, he looks a little bit better each game. He looked really good last week, but damn, we need, since Cuzzo, Chandler Jones went AWOL.
Yeah.
And got arrested. It's just not a good look. But I think the other big news, and I'm not talking about Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, I'm tired of talking about that. You can pick that up at any other news story. But how about Matt Canada? I haven't seen the burner account.
First off, let me show you this clip and we could talk about that, okay? Because this right here is the most politically phrased interview. Like, you want to talk about a guy that needs to be hung for his actions. All right, it's Matt Canada. It's this guy right here. So to have a listen.
time, did you hear the chance of the
I've been made aware of it. Obviously I was working. We had a tough play. There's not 1 ounce of lack of confidence in the players that I have, or lack of confidence in the coaches I have. We're gonna play better. We're gonna get it right. We're not putting it on the field that we expected to do in those first 2 games. The fans want us to win. They want us to play better. So, there's nothing wrong with their passion and those things. And obviously we're not gonna. Mike T says it all the time, right? We're not running away from it. We expect to be better. We're going to be better. I firmly believe that. So until we do that, obviously there's going to be frustration. The most frustrations in our, with our guys, because we're not happy with what we're putting on tape and what we're putting on the field. So we'll continue to work and we'll get it right and we'll get it better. And I firmly believe that.
What do you? Kyle, it boils my blood hearing him speak like that.
Yeah, that was after week 2.
That was leading into the Raider game where we get our first 2 touchdown game from Kenny Pickett. First one. You called it.
I told you guys that.
Yeah,
because it's the Raiders.
But you know what, man? Again, I hate to compare it to everybody else in the NFL, but that's not the NFL anymore. Okay, we have every quarterback in the NFL has had 2 touchdown games. All right, Jimmy G had them.
Yeah, Jimmy G did week 1.
He did, did a week 1. All right, hey, he said, hold my beer, jack me off twice, I'm going to score 2 touchdowns. All right, it's just, we're literally trying to recreate the wheel here in Pittsburgh. And you know what, man? You don't got to. What's the burner account thing, man? What?
Apparently, and Kev, if you want to touch base on this, jump right in. But apparently on X/Twitter, he created a burner account and just started going off. Now, I don't know how true this is, but apparently, allegedly, the email to the burner account was Matt Canada's personal email for the Steelers.
Yeah.
That's just what I've seen. I don't know, Kev, you want to elaborate a little bit more?
I only saw pieces. That's basically it, where it's recover password and it shows the email, and most of the emails start out like it's a password. And then there's certain letters kind of revealing what it is, and people spelled out the letters like it's Hangman, the game Hangman.
Wow.
and it literally says Steelers, so it looks like his work, his little Steelers NFL work email. I'm gonna say it on air. Anyone who makes a burner account to argue with people and support themselves is just an insecure loser. Book it. I will always say that.
Yeah.
whether life goes your way or not, you got to own it, good or bad. You don't make burner accounts it's like liking your own post on Facebook. Come on, man. Just own up to it. You haven't done a good job. Just say that this team isn't where I want it to be. I'm not doing a good enough job. It's on me. I'll fix it. And if I don't fix it, I'll be out of a job. That's the honest truth. And I would at least respect him for saying that. I'm not doing a good enough job. We're going to fix it. And you come out the next game and you put tight ends and running backs in. You give them extra blocking. And all of a sudden you go from throwing to the sidelines and throwing yard outs and screens and jet sweeps and all this other garbage he likes to run. Throw bombs. Do different. Here's an idea. It doesn't even have to be original. Go watch the San Francisco 49ers tape where a real coach, offensive coach, schemes up stuff. I like these 20 plays the San Francisco 49ers ran, and maybe an Andy Reid. I don't know. People who actually know how to coach offense, and then just go do it. And people might be like, wow, you're copying San Francisco. And I'll say, wow, yeah, we're copying something that works and is better than what we have. Do something. Don't run the same shit.
The NFL is a copycat league. And Josh McDaniels and Matt Canada refuse to do that. I don't understand it because Josh McDaniels is the same shit. And it irritates me.
It's arrogance.
But whether or not this burner account's real, I doubt it is. But it was still funny to touch base on. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I just thought it was pretty funny.
Speaking of potentially, we got to finish your thought there, Kev. But we'll talk about the Steelers here just a little bit more because we got some shit here.
It's just sad. And I'll finish up with this. I've always supported you, Mike Tomlin. I think Wales has, all the Steelers fans always have. We're the type of organization that doesn't fire coaches. We go for the ups and downs. And we've had a lot of ups with Mike Tomlin. We've had a lot of downs, too, and disappointment. But it's getting to a point now where we haven't had a whole lot of playoff success. It's always finished up at 500 or above, no losing seasons. That's like the standard. The standard is to be mid now in Pittsburgh. And it's getting to a point where we had a really great offseason with a new GM, probably the best offseason I can ever remember, draft and free agency combined in my lifetime. Every really talented. I still am not giving up on Kenny Pickett. We don't know if he's truly a franchise quarterback with such an awful offensive coordinator. But it's getting to the point, Mike Tomlin, where you can't hope on be buddy anymore with everybody. You got to put your foot down and say, you know what? We're the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're not putting up with this. This isn't good enough. And people say, you can't just fire the offensive coordinator at week 4. You can't just do that at week 5. Yes, I can.
Yes, you fucking can. Yeah.
Yes, I can.
So that's the difference between Steeler fans and Raider fans. We would love to have a guy like Mike Tomlin. If near 500, we're probably going to be pretty happy. And if we can make playoffs like you guys do, we're going to be pretty freaking happy. So
Kyle?
just remember something. The grass isn't always greener. Remember that. That's all I'm saying.
I understand where you're coming from, Jones, but it's the old saying that, well, I know your situation's bad, man, but like, what about my situation? Look how hard my life is. Like, I get it. Like, I'm not saying being a Steelers fan is a bad thing, that being a Raiders fan hasn't been a struggle. I get it. We've been spoiled. I put all of that aside. I understand it, and I respect and acknowledge that. But it's just the common sense thing to do. And it's just getting to a point now where when you keep doing the same thing over and over, it's the definition of insanity. The old saying goes, right? Well, when it works, that's fine. Someone like a Bill Belichick, who's won 6 Super Bowls, has that credibility. Even someone like an Andy Reid. Like, there are certain coaches that are allowed to get away with doing the same thing for years and get that credibility. Tomlin's has made 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1 with arguably a roster that he had no part of.
Right.
His second year as a coach, he won at least the second Super Bowl. That I argue that was at least started to become his guys and his team, and just some aging veterans from the Cowher era. But it's just getting to a point now, I don't know, where you have to do something. This roster is too talented. You got a quarterback on a rookie contract. You're going to ruin that possible franchise quarterback rookie. We don't know how good he is because he's basically being taught awful things by an awful offensive coordinator in mind.
Yeah.
It's the NFL. Stop playing buddy. Stop hiring from within. And we've talked about it. The man has no coaching tree. It's just real. How are you a coach for that long and that well respected and no one comes from your coaching tree? I'm not saying he's not a good head coach. I really think he is, but there's just certain people that you need a hammer. We talk about it in wrestling, Kyle, with Tony Khan with AEW. Really nice guy, love him, great person, a good leader, but the man doesn't know how to be mean, doesn't know how to bring the hammer. And I'm not saying, Tomlin can't be mean about stuff, but I'm sorry, when you say, I'm going to make changes, this is embarrassing, blah, 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 and then your change is you do a padded practices for the week, this past week, great, that's cool, but you didn't take care. That's like putting duct tape on a massive leak in the boat. You got to fix the problem. Fire Matt Canada, and guess what? If the problems continue, you have more of a deeper structure problem. Like, you got to do something. I'm sorry, you have to.
I get that. Like, I get that. I think Canada should have been gone a long time ago. I'm not debating that. But what I'm saying is maybe Tomlin don't have authority to do that. Maybe
he definitely does. He does, and that's the thing. He doesn't want to.
We don't know that.
I would say the proof's in the pudding that he always hires guys that are dumber than him, not as intelligent, and or not willing to argue with him.
The Rooneys have always stuck by their coaches no matter what.
No, they've stuck by their head coaches, all right? OCs and DCs and offensive line coaches and position coaches have come and gone, in and out. They trust the head coach, saying, hey, you put your guys together, and then we'll figure it out. All right, like
absolutely. And what's most frustrating about that, Wales, is and Jones too, the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Rooneys, I know it's just art II now, which I'm not a huge fan of him. I think he's just a spoiled brat who's
Yeah.
now the owner. He's the spoiled brat kid that became older now as the owner. He isn't Dan. He isn't Art Sr., like his grandpa, period. He just isn't. But he has the Rooney name, so it is what it is. But the problem is, imagine this. In the 2010s, we're in a Super Bowl, and a big part of it's Bruce Arians. You run Bruce Arians out of town, come to find out that he's actually a pretty good coach, and good for him for finishing his career with a Super Bowl and doing really well with both the Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But isn't it funny how we ran a Bruce Arians out of town, who actually was a good offensive coordinator for us, and because we wanted to change the philosophy, but yet we won't run a Matt Canada out of town, who really hasn't proven anything,
Yeah.
even at the collegiate level. Nothing in the NFL. He completely sucks. People laugh and embarrass and literally say we know their plays. Like, I can't remember what player it was. I think it was Steven Nelson this past week with Houston. He used to play for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
For all the Steeler fans out there, he basically said it was predictable